Alright, what is up everyone? DSP here. And today is Monday, November 16th, 2015. Welcome to a daily update. Why am I doing this? Well, it's very simple. Because I'm not streaming today for the first time in quite a while. It's been a couple weeks since I really have not done any live streaming. Simply because these past few weeks have had so many new releases and people have had demand for live streams. Well, things have finally started, at least in the realm of live streaming, to slow down a little bit. Especially today, with what I'll be playing today, thanks to your voting overnight. I put out a poll last night as to what you would want to see me play today, because I'm going to be doing 2 gameplay sessions. The second of which was always going to be Fallout 4, but I was kind of unsure what it was going to be that I'd be playing earlier on today. And I posed 4 options: Assassin's Creed Syndicate post-game content, a return to Call of Duty Black Ops 3 multiplayer, a return to WWE 2K My Career Mode, and basically double dipping in Fallout 4, where I would do 2 sessions of Fallout 4 today, and therefore get pretty far into the game, another 5 hours or so into my journey into the Commonwealth. And the voting went down overnight, and more than a 2-to-1 margin. I think this might have been like the most dominating poll that I've done in quite some time. Fallout 4 won. And, I mean, I'm certainly pleased about that, because I love Fallout 4. I think it's coming through in the videos how much I'm enjoying the game. The fact that I'm not going by the book, I'm not using any kind of a ongoing narrative strategy guide, and say, oh, do it in this order or anything like that. The fact that I've really not even done too much of the story, but I'm getting so immersed in the side stories and the side content, and I've unlocked now 5 different followers, and I'm trying to variate between them to get a little bit of variety in the gameplay, which is nice. And, I'm really enjoying myself playing the game, and I guess that's probably why people have overwhelmingly voted to see me do a lot more Fallout 4. Or it could be the fact that tomorrow, Tuesday, November 17th, is the release of Star Wars Battlefront. And because of that, maybe a lot of people are thinking, well, Phil's not going to be playing Fallout on Tuesday at all. He'll be playing Battlefront all day, so let's see him do a marathon on Monday so we kind of get our fix until he comes back to Fallout 4 on Wednesday. So maybe that's what it is, I don't know. But I'm pleased. I'm pleased that Fallout 4 won the poll. Not to say that I didn't want to play any of the other stuff. In fact, I did. I certainly want to do all of those things that I had as options in the poll. In particular, that WWE My Career Mode, I will be returning to it. I want to make that abundantly clear that I am not abandoning that game. That's going to be an ongoing thing that I'm going to be doing once I get through these new releases, okay? So that being said, I'm happy. I'm going to be jumping into Fallout 4 today, but I'm not live streaming. And some people are kind of up in arms. Why isn't he live streaming? Which is hilarious, because a few weeks ago, people were up in arms saying, why is he live streaming every day when he said he was going to cut back on live streams? So it's kind of the damned if you do, damned if you don't mentality. It's like they say, you can please some of the people all of the time, all of the people some of the time, but you can't please everyone all the time. You just can't. And I know that. I know that if I live stream, some people will be happy, some people will be pissed. If I don't live stream, vice versa. So today I said, you know what? It makes sense. If I'm not going to live stream for a day, it's a little bit more relaxed today. Today's actually a day with a little bit of a different schedule for me, where actually my first session of gameplay, I have to stop a little bit earlier anyway, but my second session is going to be a little longer. So because of that, I said, if this is going to be the day that I don't live stream, it makes sense. Live streaming will return tomorrow, Tuesday, with Star Wars Battlefront. Yes, I will be streaming 2 different sessions of that at the usual scheduled times, which are around 1 p.m. Pacific, and then later on in the day, around 7 p.m. Pacific time. So don't worry, your streaming fix will return on Tuesday. But moving forward, I don't think I'll be live streaming Fallout 4 anymore, and it's quite simply put, I laid some ground rules as to what I would and wouldn't live stream, okay, a couple weeks ago, and I'm sticking to my guns. And the ground rules were, if I could get 400 people on stream for a game regularly, then I would continue to stream it. If the viewership drops off and I can't get that, then I won't. And that's just kind of the rule of thumb I'm going to use. Is there any particular reason for it? Not really. I found that over over 2 years now that I've been live streaming, in general, if there's an ongoing interest in something I'm doing, generally I can get around 400 people to watch my streams. Now, I've actually heard yesterday a bunch of people all of a sudden started messaging me and said, Phil, are you aware that when you're live streaming, you're not showing up anymore in the YouTube live listings? Like, you're just not there, which is weird because there's people who have lower viewer count than you that are showing, but for whatever reason, your channel's not showing up. And it seems like this only happened this past week, while I guess YouTube did an update, whether it was an app update or a site update or whatever. They updated something, and now I don't show up anymore. And I responded last night on Twitter. I said, you know what? No, I'm not surprised, because here's what happened. Back in August, I deleted hundreds of videos to protect myself from false copyright claims. And because of that, my channel dipped about 2 million views, total views. And it completely removed me from YouTube search, as well as related videos since then. Unless you are a fan of mine and you watch my stuff all the time, anyone else who isn't and doesn't know who I am and doesn't watch my stuff, if you type in, say, Batman Arkham Knight, my playthrough doesn't come up. Or if it does, it's like on page 40. I'm at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to search results now because of this stuff that I had to do in August to stop my business from being shut down by illegal and false copyright claims. So, if anything, I thought that back then I would have been removed from live streaming results, but apparently I wasn't. Apparently it didn't happen until this week. So what that tells me is that basically YouTube was lagging behind, and they were 2 months delayed with the stream stuff, and now it sounds like they updated, and they've removed all my live streams from the listings. So, even if I'm live streaming and I've got a ton of viewers, apparently I won't be shown. And so I would not be suspicious. I would not be surprised if tomorrow, when I'm playing Star Wars Battlefront, even if I get hundreds and hundreds of viewers, a decent amount of viewers that are my hardcore fan base, if I'm not listed on the YouTube listings, and I won't get that influx of the common viewer who's just there to watch someone play. Unfortunately, this is going to negatively affect my business for a while. This is not going to be an overnight thing. It's already affected DSPGaming for 2 months, and at a time of the year when normally I would have had, view boosts due to all the new releases. I'm not getting the viewership from people who aren't hardcore viewers, and it's strongly negatively affecting my business. It is. And it sucks. But there's nothing I can do about it. It's a bad system that YouTube has set up, and they refuse to update it. They think that as long as it protects their own ass legally, they could care less about the rights of anyone, including copyright holders, creators, or anyone. They just don't give a shit. So I am what it is. What it is. I am what the subject of what I'm doing here, and it's just another pitfall of being a YouTuber, I guess. Right. So it is what it is. I understand that now. Like I said, since the YouTube viewership for streaming for Fallout 4, I did not get 400 people yesterday. I barely got 350, and I said, well, I'm going to stick to my guns. I said, a month ago that I was going to stream less, and, I'm not going to continue to stream if we fall below this kind of threshold that I've set, and we did. So Fallout 4 will continue. And by the way, I'm 60-some parts into the game, being that people are saying this game could have hundreds of hours of content if you really flesh it all out. I don't think I'm anywhere near done. I'm probably, some people have said, do you think you'll beat the 200 video mark? Well, I don't know, and here's why I say I don't know. Keep in mind, when I record videos these days, I record a lot longer. I used to do 10-minute videos, so when you're looking back at my older playthroughs, like Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas or Skyrim, right? Those are all 10-minute long videos, so when you say, oh, the playthrough was 240 parts, it's 240 times 10. Now when I do videos, I'm going a lot longer. On average, I think now, if you do the math, my videos are around 20 minutes long. So, a lot of videos, especially this Fallout 4 playthrough, have gone 30 to 40 minutes long. So, do you think it'll go 200 parts? Well, I don't know, because now I'm making longer videos. So, if it goes 170 parts, but all of those parts are twice as long as the playthrough that was 240 parts, it might still be the longest playthrough, but it might not have the largest or longest amount of parts. You see what I'm saying? Certainly, I'm expecting this game to go on at least through this week and next week and into December. I think that Fallout 4 is going to be the game that I'm balancing with all the other stuff. Keep in mind that we've got this week Star Wars Battlefront and Game of Thrones, the final episode of that episodic game that I'll be probably doing later in the week. Next week, I've got Fan Appreciation, a special celebration with fans of multiplayer. I'm going to be doing around 5 days of multiplayer and a special Ask the King. And that's going to be coming up, next week. So in that regard, that's going to be fun, and that's going to take up some time where I won't be playing Fallout 4. And then the first week of December, I'm going to be doing Just Cause 3 and Rise of the Tomb Raider, but I'm still going to be balancing Fallout 4 in there. There's still going to be Fallout 4 going on, and probably, I would think Fallout 4 probably, since I'm doing the kind of playthrough I'm doing, won't be finishing up until sometime in December, which is perfect because I'll be able to finish it before the end of the year. I'll be able to properly factor it into my Game of the Year awards and such. And I think it'll work out fine. I want to say thank you to those of you who are watching the playthrough. I mentioned this in the Weekend Preview last night. And by the way, the Weekend Preview that I released last night over on the King of Hate Vlogs channel was a very long and cumulative one. I basically covered all of my plans for the rest of the year, including my year-end series and everything, so you should check that out if you haven't yet. But I said this last night, I'll say it in this video again. Thank you for the great viewership on the Fallout 4 playthrough so far. From what I can see, most people are watching it at their own pace, which is perfectly fine, but that first, the first 20 parts or so have really good viewership, and boy did I need it with the 2 bad months that I've had, not having that natural organic viewership coming in from YouTube search results and related videos and stuff like that. So it's much appreciated that people came out to check out the Fallout 4 playthrough. Thank you for that. Now, I understand that people are watching at their own pace. In fact, I did a poll this morning on Twitter. I said, are you watching my Fallout 4 playthrough every single video as it's new, or are you watching it at your own pace? And the vast majority, like 85% of people who responded to this poll said, we're watching it at our own pace, meaning, we're playing the game, we're enjoying the game at a fun rate, and once we play a little bit of it, then, okay, we jump in and we watch your videos and we get caught up with your videos, and and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I said from the beginning, before I even started playing the game, I said I guarantee you that's what's going to happen, because that's what happened with Fallout 3. That's what happened with Skyrim. A lot of people don't realize that, because those playthroughs are kind of legendary in the way that oh wow, look at the views on those playthroughs. But what you don't realize is those playthroughs didn't have insane views right away. They really didn't. In fact, they all had slow starts, I remember. Within like a 1 to 2 weeks of launch, the views were kind of slow. And then, as people gradually started getting through the games themselves, then they would start watching the playthrough and they would start getting caught up. And on average, I've actually been kind of looking at what people are saying. On average, most people who are watching my Fallout 4 playthrough haven't even got halfway through it yet. And I'm over part 60. Most people haven't even gotten to part 30 yet. And that's okay. I'm happy with people are at least watching 30 parts of something. It's so hard in this day and age to retain viewership on a long-form playthrough. It really is. So to hear that people not only are loving the playthrough so much that they are watching it, they're watching it at their own pace, and that they voted it today overwhelmingly over a 2-to-1 margin to be the game that I play all day makes me happy. I'm pleased, because I love the game. I'm enjoying the game. When I play it on stream, I've not had a stream chat to distract me. I've been hyper-focused on the game, and I hope that's come through in the videos. And I'm having a ton of fun. I hope that you're enjoying the videos too, all right? So today I'm playing for about 5 hours. I'm going to start in a couple minutes here when I'm done with this video. About 5 more hours of Fallout 4. I'm going to focus a little bit more on certain side quests and stuff. I probably will eventually go back to the story. I'm thinking today, I don't think 5 hours I could really hold me over in side content. I'll probably finally want to advance the story. I guess we'll see. Okay? And we'll go from there. What else is going on? Not much. I'm excited for Star Wars tomorrow because I am a Star Wars fan. I am getting hyped for the movie next month. I am going to try to see it. I don't know. I guess pre-orders for tickets sold out and stuff, so maybe I'll see it a couple weeks late. But I am planning to see the new Star Wars movie. What is it? The Force Awakens. And I think that it's going to have a lot of hype behind it because of that. I played the beta and loved it. I thought the beta was awesome. It was too short-lived. It was only like 1 or 2 stages in the beta. And I was like, man, I'm craving more. I wish there were more. So I cannot wait to see what this final release version is. I'm very excited to play the game. And I'm going to be doing that this week a lot, plus Fallout. So, hey, you can't go wrong. The best of both worlds. If you're looking for fast-paced Star Wars multiplayer action, that's coming this week. If you're looking for the more slower-paced exploration combat RPG elements of Fallout, you're getting that. So the best of both worlds this could be the best gaming week of the year. I guess we'll have to see, but I mean, I'm really hyped for this week. Outside of that, there's not too much else going on. I guess I'll very quickly do some gratuitous plugs for you. Number one, my girlfriend Leanna's business, The Black Current. She does handmade glycerin soaps as well as wax tart melts, and just a couple days ago, she launched her winter line of products, which includes 10 new scents that are catered a lot more towards males. I'd like to say that because I helped her pick a bunch of these, including there's one that's called Arabian Spice that I really like the scent of, but I have no idea what it's supposed to smell like, but I actually like the smell of it. And some wintry stuff, too. I think she's got one called, like, Alpine Frost. That's more of a wintry tree kind of a smell, you know, mint, stuff like that. And it's cool for the holidays. These are some cool ideas for gifts for your family, right? For your girlfriend, your significant other, anyone. It doesn't have to be a woman that likes this stuff. I use her soaps every single day. Her soaps are the only soaps that I've used in over 2 years. I absolutely love them. They make my body feel a lot more clean than the store-bought stuff, the detergent bars that you buy in the local store. And the wax tart melts are also a good idea. A lot of people don't even know what they are. It's a cube of wax that's scented, and you melt it, and it makes your house smell good. And it's perfectly safe. Even if it spills, it's safe. Unlike a candle, which a lot of people, I'll go to Yankee Candle or whatever. I like scented candles. But if you have pets and if you have drapery or you have any kind of issue there and you're worried about a fire hazard, right? Wax tart melts are completely safe and totally reusable, and they last a long time. Someone actually just left a review with her saying that couldn't believe he's been using the same wax tart cube for over 2 weeks and it's still going strong. And a pack of wax tart melts is actually 6 cubes. So there you go. For one pack, you're getting quite a lot of use out of it. So check it out. Her business is called The Black Current, and it can be found at Etsy.com, ETSY.com /shop /The Black Current, spelled CURRANT. And if you actually place an order between now and the end of the year, and you use the code CELEBRATE100, I believe if the order is $20 or more, you will receive 10% off. So that's an exclusive discount code for people watching this video. Okay, CELEBRATE100. Check it out. Again, great idea for something cool for a gift for the end of the year here for Christmas or whatever holiday that you celebrate. And the final plug I'll give, ladies and gentlemen, is for Patreon. Patreon.com /DarksidePhil. I want to say update to those who pledged in the month of October. Great news. I've now actioned all of your perks. Meaning if you were waiting for a forum upgrade, if you were waiting for the ability to post up a question for Ask the King, which, by the way, Ask the King is going to happen now on November 26th. It's going to be a Thanksgiving special of Ask the King, so I hope you'll tune in for that. If you were waiting to get a t-shirt mailed out, a private Q&A video, yada, 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 all that's been done as of last night. So I did everyone's stuff, everything last night. Everything's been updated. I actually got word from my webmaster that everyone's forum accounts are now upgraded, so that's good. And I set up the goal for this month. I know we're halfway through the month, and now I'm just setting up the goal for November. If we hit $1,250 of funding on my Patreon for the month of November, I'm going to be doing a Patron's Choice Marathon, meaning there's 3 games going up, and the patrons will be voting. And when I say patrons, I mean patrons who pledge $5 or more and have their forum accounts upgraded so they can get to the patron voting section of the forums. Through the month of December, they'll be voting on what game to see me play in a marathon. The choices are Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Both of those games were in the Rare Replay collection, by the way, from the past summer, and I have that collection. Or Crash Bandicoot 3. So whichever one wins the polling over the course of December will be the game that I play as a marathon, either at very late December or early January. It depends on the scheduling with my year-end series and such, but yeah, that'll be a cool way to end the year, right? A cool platforming game. All 3 of them are action platformers, right? But I'm not sure which one people would like to see me play in a marathon setting. So that has been set up as the goal for the month of November. And let me tell you, because there's been an update. This will be how I'll end today's daily update. Patreon has updated. This is pretty important. There's been a major change to Patreon. If you check out my Patreon page at patreon.com /DarksidePhil, you're going to notice that it looks like the funding amount has dropped significantly. It used to say over $1,300, and now it says around $1,100. The reason that happened is because Patreon actually listened to feedback from the users. The users have been complaining, saying, listen, Patreon, this isn't fair because you have this total that shows on our pages, but it's not accurate. That total doesn't reflect the fact that you take 5% of what's pledged to us on a monthly basis as a processing fee. It doesn't factor in that you take a processing fee for credit card pledges, and we don't see that money. It also doesn't take into the fact that every month people get declined. Whether it's a false pledge, a troll, or whether it's just someone who puts in false information or doesn't have enough money in their account. But traditionally, for me at least, every month there's about 20 people who pledge to me who get declined, and obviously I don't see that money either. So is it fair to have a public page, the face of Patreon to the public, right, that says you're bringing in an amount when in reality you could be bringing in hundreds less? No, it's not fair and it's inaccurate. People think, oh, we hit the goal level, we're fine, I don't need to pledge this month, and then we don't hit the goal because it's inaccurate. So what Patreon has done is they have created a formula, some mathematical formula, by which they've changed what shows up on your page. So now apparently it's going to factor in the 5% Patreon takes, the credit card processing fees, and it takes about on average, the number of people who get declined on your Patreon page, and it takes an average amount of money that I guess gets declined, and it's going to subtract that. So right now, on my Patreon page, it shows, I think it's like 1,100 and change. And obviously that's below the goal of 1,250, which we need to hit if I'm going to do this cool platforming marathon that patrons are going to vote on for me to do in late December. In reality, the total amount pledged right now is over $1,300. So in reality, it looks like we've hit the goal, but there's no way to tell after the processing fees, after the people get declined. You don't know. So what Patreon's doing is trying to play it safe and say, no, right now, technically, there's no guarantee that you would have hit your goal. So please keep pledging. And I'm happy they've done this because so many people say, oh, Phil brought in this much money every month. And it's totally false. There have been months that have shown, there was 1 month earlier this year that I believe that it actually said I had made over $1,500, and in reality, I barely brought in $1,200. Now, that's still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. It's not a complaint. But what I'm saying is, when it looks like you're making way more than you are, it creates misconceptions. And that's not fair. That's not fair to the public person who's seeing that page. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to anyone. And that's why Patreon changed this. So, right now, it's uncertain with the amount of pledges that we have that I'll hit the goal for this month. So check it out, patreon.com/DarksidePhil. I've talked about this in the past few weeks, so I'll mention it briefly. My channel's been negatively affected by these false copyright strikes. It really has. I've lost, no lie, I've lost thousands of dollars in the past 2 months. From what I normally would bring in from YouTube, I've lost over $2,000 of normal business revenue that I would bring in. And it sucks because this year, in 2015, I was consistently good. Every month, I was bringing in the same amount of views. I was bringing in the same amount of money. And I was like, wow, for the first time since I've done this, I'm able to budget and ration and figure out what I can pay and what I can't pay on certain bills and things. And now, unfortunately, that's all gone to hell in a handbasket because of basically criminals. Children, because they are children. I know who they are. They're young adults, teenagers and or young adults who put false copyright strikes against my channel, and YouTube has a broken system and won't fucking fix it and won't stick up for anyone. They won't stick up for the uploader, which sucks. And so I have lost thousands of dollars that I would have normally made because of them. So your support right now with Patreon is needed and greatly appreciated. And I will say it again, the best Patreon success stories are not that a bunch of people rushed in and donated $100. That's not the case at all. The most successful people who use Patreon have a large amount of people who give the lowest amount, $1 or $5 in this case, because if you pledge $5 this month, you'll be voting on what this game will be that I'll be playing in a marathon at the end of December. So this would be a cool month for you to pledge $5 and get in on that, okay? And right now, I'll tell you, in the past 2 weeks, a large amount of people, like 50-some people, have all come in and said, I'll help you, Phil. I'll pledge $1 a month. I love your content. I love the fact that it's free. I love the fact that you're a person who really hasn't changed over the years. You're playing for the love of gaming. We don't want you to see you go away because of this trollish nonsense. Here's $1 a month. You deserve it. And thank you so much to those of you who've done that. You don't even understand. I've said this. If 15% of the people who watch my videos gave $1 a month, I would not have to worry about views ever again. Ever. I'd be like, wow, I've got this revenue coming in from Patreon. So screw YouTube, right? YouTube fucks me over. I don't care. I've got enough money to pay my bills and make a living based off of Patreon. Who cares what happens on YouTube? That's not the case right now. Right now, Patreon very much is supplemental. It's a little bit of money that helps. Absolutely, it helps. But if I could somehow make it my main income in the next year, because the majority of people who watch my videos give me $1 a month, that would be amazing. So check it out. Patreon.com/DarksidePhil. You're contributing towards the goal for the month, which we haven't hit yet, but we're contributing towards it. That would be awesome to do this marathon to end the year. I think it would be a great way to end the year. You know, your money helps. It really does. Your pledge is helping me to not only do this full time, but look at all the fun stuff I've done this year because of Patreon. Like, played Minecraft, played Persona 4, played Yakuza 4, did a second playthrough of Fallout New Vegas. I improved my studio to have soundproofing foam, of better audio quality, green screen setup, and even though I haven't used the green screen in a while because of this trolling, which sucks, I have some plans for it in the future. So, thank you everyone for your support. It's been a long daily update. Let's get this over with and uploading so that I can start playing Fallout 4. Thank you for a great week of Fallout 4 viewership and a great week of you know, content of me putting it out. Let's keep it up this week. I'll keep playing Fallout 4 and Star Wars Battlefront tomorrow. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I'll see you for all the new gameplay. I'm going to get to Fallout 4 right now. Peace out, everyone. Thanks for your support. See you later.